I think the team has to at least go 10-2 to talk about playoffs. 11-1 is obviously like end all be all. Like that's the one where it's like, okay, you're in, and obviously 12-0. But I don't think there's a world where Missouri goes 12-0. I don't think that's
Well,
gonna
and
happen.
I think the hard part too, being in the SEC, even if you go like 11-1, then you have the SEC championship, and then you end up being 11-2. Then how does that work? Yeah.
True. Yeah, very, very true. I think and it also depends, it doesn't just depend on who you lose to, but it depends on how you lose, right? Let's say Missouri is 10-2 with losses to Alabama and Oklahoma, like you mentioned earlier. Let's say they lose to both teams by 3 points, 6 points. I don't think it hurts Missouri that badly. But let's say they play a crap game in one of those games and Missouri loses by 3 scores, kiss the playoffs goodbye, right?
Yeah.
That's something the committee is going to remember. That's something that Missouri can't afford to do this year. And again, this is going off the standard of Drinkwitz and the coaching staff and players kind of feeling like this is the dream for their team is to make the playoffs. And that seems to be, I don't know if I would call it the expectation, but I mean, I think out of all of Drinkwitz's years, this is probably the closest they could get. Obviously 2023 was a tremendous year, but Missouri just missed out because at the time there were only 4 teams in the playoff. They would have made it in 2023 if there was 12, but they did not. So we will see. I mean, it's cool to think about, right? Missouri could have a home playoff game. That would be fun,
That would be insane.
but that would be a lot of fun. But you never know. I mean, genuinely. But 10-2 is probably what they look like right now. I would say 9-3 still on the table. I'd have to see Missouri beat Alabama, and also, I would say they have to beat Auburn for me to say confidently that's an 11-1 team. I gotta see what this team can do on the road before I mark any conclusions, because playing at home is great, but going on the road, only great teams win on the road consistently.
Great.
We don't
And
know if
I'm
that's Missouri.
yeah, because and that's I'm feeling the same way because I know off camera we spoke, and we Missouri destroyed the first two games, and I was telling you, I will get officially excited after the South Carolina game, and they won, but now I'm kind of like moving the goalposts. I was like, all right, I'll get officially excited after their first away game because last year Missouri struggled a lot playing away. It was a very different team, and the hope is that with all these games that Missouri played home, they're able to be in better shape by the time they travel their first game.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with you. I think the first road game is going to be a barometer for just how good this team can be. And, not previewing the Auburn game now because it's literally like a month away. But that's a very winnable game. I feel like
Hmm.
Auburn is really good. I'm not taking anything away from Auburn. They equally have a chance to win that game just as Missouri does. But Auburn loves to run the ball. Auburn loves to run the ball. And guess what Missouri is good at defending?
That's
The
right.
run. And the only storyline with that, though, is Cam Coleman might be the best receiver in the country. So how do you defend Cam Coleman if you're Missouri? I don't really know. That's the thing that kind of makes you wonder. But apart from that, I feel like matchups make football games, and that matchup probably bodes pretty well for Missouri. But we'll see.